Gacha games, anime gambling, this is a gacha game, this is also a gacha game, and this is also a gacha game. Different gameplays but united by one mechanic, the gambling. But what if I told you that gacha already existed in the 1880s? Well, not exactly in that form. If you expected me to show footage of the 19th century, I'm sorry, I won't go that far back for obvious reasons, but here is a pic of a gumball machine. Alright, let's go to Japan instead in 1977. Bandai heavily expanded capsule toys machines called Gashapon, which they would later trademark. The concept is simple: insert coins, turn the handle, and receive a random capsule. You never knew exactly what you were going to get. Those became insanely popular in Japan, and you even have entire shops full of those, each having a different pool of prizes from many licenses, with mostly anime figures, keychains, toys. So, spending money to get a random anime reward sounds familiar, right? In the early 2000s, mobile gaming was exploding in Japan. Phones were not limited for phone calls, texting anymore. As they were becoming more powerful, many game developers shifted their attention to making mobile games. Everyone has a phone, people have their phones everywhere, there is money to be made. You could already spend in-game currency in many games, but it's around 2010 that companies asked themselves, how could we make more money from mobile games? Adding more outfits for characters?
Nope.
More ads?
Nope.
Make people pay for a chance to get a character?
Yes.
The exact mechanic from Gachapon inspired devs to add to their games what would be shortened as the Gacha System. Again, you have gems, stones, or whatever it's called within the game. You can get a limited amount from actually playing the game, and you can use them on some sort of roulette within the game in hopes of getting a rare character. Of course, the percentage of you getting it is low, which makes you want to roll again, and you quickly run out of currency for rolling, but you really want the character. So you end up pulling out the credit card to add more currency for rolling, and you roll again, and again, and again. Let's take some rates from a popular game. You have a chance at 3 rarities within your rolls. 3 stars, so that's about 94% chances, so that's what you'll get most of the time. 4 stars, about 5%, and now for the highest rarity, 0.6%. May luck be by your side. Of course, rates vary between games and between which roulette you select. And there are many more systems, but this video was supposed to be 5 minutes, so let's move on. That formula worked incredibly well. Games such as Puzzle and Dragons in 2012 became massive in Japan and showed how profitable the gacha model could be. Well, the gacha system cannot sustain itself. It has to be used on top of many other arguments for the game. So you would usually have things in these games called dailies. People logged in every day to maximize the amount of currency they could get to roll later. With daily missions within the game, daily rewards, players felt compelled to log in every day. Now if you play multiple gacha games, your day might end up looking like waking up, doing dailies, and going to sleep. The idea of the gacha mechanic certainly works well, but on top of likable characters, daily loop, there is often one thing that gacha games players will tell you about: the story. What if you put a successful gacha system on top of an already successful franchise? Early examples such as Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle showed just how well it could work to combine those two. And within the same year, Type Moon, producing video games, anime, manga, light novels, published Fate Grand Order. The Fate series, which started as a visual novel, getting over the years many anime adaptations, movies, games, was a perfect fit. Fate Grand Order, abbreviated FGO, focused heavily on story written specifically for the game, amazing characters and emotional attachment. The gameplay is turn-based. The gacha system contains limited banners where you would have a chance to get the banner character only for a limited time, further encouraging people to spend to not miss it. Many players were not just rolling for stronger units anymore, they were rolling for characters they had spent dozens of hours with through the story. So gacha games are free to play, most of them with a compelling story, daily engagements, where could that formula be taken next? One thing about those games is that despite those compelling elements, visually and in terms of gameplay it is usually pretty simplistic, and that's exactly where our next mention in 2020 will change this. Genshin Impact, made by the Chinese company Hoyo, inspired by Zelda Breath of the Wild, anime, many cultures and mythologies. This game and its success are the templates for many gacha games that you see today. It took what worked from previous gacha games and added a massive open world, action RPG gameplay, but also made itself available for everyone. Instead of just mobile, you could also play this game on consoles and PC. And that little detail brought in millions of players. See, despite the success of games mentioned before such as FGO, gacha games were still surprisingly niche. Genshin brought players who previously had no interest in those games. Of course, Mihoyo would not stop there, as many companies also released similar games. Mihoyo Games created the Hoyoverse, with DONKI Star Rail in 2023 going back to the turn-based RPG mechanics, Zenless Zone Zero in 2024, and they're still updating their 2016 game DONKI Impact. And of course they have more games planned in the future. Gacha games is a vast subject, and with the model working so well, new ones release almost every month. Some are pushing the visuals and animation to levels that you'd see in AAA games or popular anime. I cannot mention them all: Wuthering Waves, Neverness to Everness, Ananta. There are all kinds of genres: tower defense, rhythm game, MMORPG, otome, horse racing for some reason. There are hundreds of them, and while I cannot recommend gambling, there is surely one for you.
We gotta rap some Pokemon. You just do the singing, I'll take care of both parts. Let's get it on. I'm going to be the best there ever was, to beat all the rest. Yeah, that's my cause. Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, Pidgey, Seaking, Jolteon, Dragonite, Ghastly, Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Butterfree. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, I'll search across the land, look far and wide, release from my hand the power that's inside.